Hiya guys, welcome back. Uh, it's been a couple days since I've done one of these, but I wanted to do something a little, I don't know, I guess not exactly really different, but I know I saw a video earlier where Brendan BW Hockey he did kind of a top five of his most underrated underrated jerseys, and it kind of gave me the idea of I could do a top five, but a couple of those jerseys he doesn't have in his collection. So I figured I would do not necessarily a top five, just five jerseys out of five Adidas jerseys out of the back closet here, and just it's in no particular order. It's just five jerseys it's just five Adidas jerseys out of there that I think are a little bit underrated. And I wanted to say, as kind of an honorable mention, is this one. This one gets kind of an honorable mention because it's just, Nashville's reverse retro. This is so much better and so much nicer than their home jersey. Hang on a sec. Let me do lower the desk a little bit. You can get a little better. There we go. Get kind of a little better view. But this one is so much better than their home jersey. It pops more, and honestly, I'd love to see a blue version made of this. But this is kind of an honorable mention of it's to me this is relatively underrated. So this is just kind of the honorable mention of underrated jerseys. And of course, these are in no particular order. They're not a top five or anything. They're just five out of my closet back here that I think are relatively underrated. And the first one, just grab this one, the Cannon jersey from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, to me, this is pretty underrated. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like it. I wasn't sure when I first saw it. This was made under the Reebok brand too, and I wasn't really that sure about it. But then when I went and actually got it, and I was like, wow, that does look better in person. It's and a lot of people would love to see Columbus change their jerseys and make a white version of this and have this be the home jersey. Which, I don't know if I'd necessarily mind that, but it's definitely it's definitely an interesting jersey. The logo I think is cool, and I think this is definitely one of those very, very underrated jerseys. Another underrated jersey to me is this one. The reverse retro Ottawa Senators. Now, I know, some people would say, it's not really a reverse retro. I was like, well, it is kind of a retro because they went back to their old style logo and jersey. And, they swapped the colors around. To me, this is pretty underrated. This is another one of those that I wasn't quite sure when I first saw it. When I first saw it in pictures, I was like, oh, that could be interesting. Then when I went and I got it, I was like, that's awesome. I thought this is fantastic. And honestly, if Ottawa's going to come out with a third jersey, they should bring this back. This one to me is very, very underrated. And I would love to see this come back as a third. I love the neckline. You got the black neckline here with the red strip right around the neck. I love that. I think that that makes it just stand out just that much more. And yeah, I would love to see this come back as a third, and I definitely think this is relatively underrated. Staying in the vein of the reverse retros, people had wanted, a lot of people had wanted to see Montreal do a blue alternate for years. I know I had always thought, God, what would a blue Montreal, how would that look? And then this came out as a part of the Reverse Retro series, Reverse Retro 1.0, because apparently there is going to be a Reverse Retro 2.0. Should be interesting to see what some of the teams come up with there. But I think this, even though I don't think they won a game wearing these last year or 2 years ago or whenever exactly they wore them. But I think this is a fantastic jersey. To me, it's absolutely gorgeous. This should be an alternate jersey also, and I just think it's awesome. And it's to me this is another one of those. Everybody knows the red one, and this one as the reverse retro, and of course the red here with the blue stripe, just fantastic. And to me, this is definitely another one of those relatively underrated ones that I really would love to see come back as a third. Brendan mentioned this one in his video about being very underrated. He's right on the money. This is an absolutely gorgeous jersey. I love the orange. The orange is absolutely fantastic. The striping is a beautiful thing. Of course, the striping down here. And this is definitely one, because I think he mentioned it in his video. He talked about if Anaheim went to this as a home jersey, he'd be ecstatic. I think this would make a great looking home jersey too. The orange is just fantastic. You got the Mighty Duck logo, the original Mighty Duck logo, colorized in the current Ducks colors. This is an absolutely gorgeous jersey. Of course, the current Duck logo on the shoulder, absolutely fantastic. And this is not a prime green. I don't really know if the prime green version of this one is really any different, at least logo wise. But yeah, this is tremendous. This is definitely one that is definitely, to me, really, really underrated. What the hell? I got a spot on this thing. I guess I'll have to run this bad boy through a wash. But yeah, very, very underrated. And yeah, it's pretty good. I love this jersey. I was very glad to get it when I was able to get it. And number 5. This one to me is definitely underrated also. This is, the colors are awesome. The way the black, the red. You can't go wrong with red and black. You really can't. To me, you just can't go wrong with red and black. And the logo, I think, is also very underrated. It's a long logo, but it's really nice. Really, really nice. And again, love the neckline, the black neckline with the red stripe that separates the main body of the jersey from the yoke, from the shoulder yoke, and of course the heathered sleeves. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is definitely, and Carolina the last couple of years when they've been in the playoffs, they've worn this one. So it tells you, they like this one down there in Carolina, and I definitely I like this one. This is one that I would like to eventually upgrade to a prime green, but I'm not exactly in a hurry to do that. But But yeah, this one to me is another relatively underrated, another very relatively underrated jersey to me. So those are just five jerseys from five Adidas jerseys from my collection back here that I think are pretty underrated. And of course, this was the honorable mention. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. What jerseys do you guys think? You know, I mean, if you guys had to come up with five particular underrated Adidas jerseys, what would yours be? I'd love to know. Would they be completely different than the ones I just showed, or would some of them be the same, or would they be kind of a mixture? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. I think that would be pretty cool. And so yeah, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Of you know, what jerseys do you guys have in your collection that you think would be underrated? Can you find 5 of them? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. That should do it for this one. I thank you guys for being here, and you know, for new people that are just cruising on through, you happen to come across this video or one of my other videos. Hopefully you like it. If you like it, hit that like button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Let some of your friends know that that the channel is here. If they're you know, some big hockey nuts, and yeah, so yeah, if you're just cruising on through, you happen to see one of my videos on the channel, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.